communities. So the culture was actually developed and very, very nearly linked with the building of these stone cycles, and it's the transition from the Neolithic age to agricultural and then Bronze Age community, which is still manifested in these stone cycles. And that's why it is so interesting simply to study these things, because it tells something about where our culture is coming from. And we know that these circles have been everywhere in Northern Europe, but in Britain they have so beautifully survived, and Avebury is of course maybe one of the most impressive ones you can imagine. And it's this morning with these eyes still in the grass and in the ground was making this place particularly mystical too. So it's simply the age and the destiny of the place, which was felt by all the visitors afterwards, so that they thought that it is in their fear it could be a devilish place, and that continued deep within the medieval ages. So now we are back at our starting point, again the ditch and the rampart on the other side, and here we see now the view with the sun now at the horizon. So if we move a little bit further, we see the misty air, and now the sun is slowly shedding more light on the side. So it's a very beautiful sight simply. And as I said, the sun is behind the horizon. We have to move a little bit further, and now the light is coming from the left, so it's this orange light which is shed into this interior of the cycle, which is amazing, simply amazing to watch. And there the sun comes. It's glooming. And all the trees and the plain still covered with ice, so that you get reflections. But the sun is still behind the horizon. And there again, the edge where many of the standing stones have survived. Back again, so this stone also has a face structure, if you look at it from this side, and the sun. The ditch, the sun. It's really mystical. As if the ancestors living thousands years ago would emerge in every moment. doesn't look like in modern times at all. So the Neolithic people, they must have had an absolute deep respect when they simply found this site walking around the country. A little misty air. Gives really an absolutely interesting atmosphere. So I could watch that for a very long time because it's so beautiful. And that was the original view. So we now approach Silbury Hill, which is quite close to Avebury, but also in the early dawn, the sun coming up, but also the sun is blinding, and there is the hill. It's a very mystical sight because it's misty but clear, and the ground is frozen. So Silbury Hill was built in 2700 BC. It's believed that it was King Sel who was buried there. Was a Neolithic king who ruled over the south part of England, and in one of his wars he was killed, and his army is said to have built this hill for his memory. So it's 40 meters high, and it has a stone construction within the hill. That's why the hill with this steep slope survived. And actually this hill is older than the oldest pyramid in Egypt, which was the pyramid at Saqqara. It is very interesting that a culture of equal age has been here in northern Europe to an earlier time than the Egyptians reached their skills and abilities for building the stone pyramids. But of course this hill is smaller than the one, only half the height of the big pyramid, and it's said that about 700 about 700 people have worked here over a time of 10 years or so to build the hill. So that was about the size of an army in the Neolithic age. There have been excavations, and what they found was a sanctuary in the basement of the hill, but there were